Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another muscle building session. Check out this playlist up here for other muscle building sessions or other days. If you are brand new to Olympic weightlifting or you're just getting back into it after a few years, feel free to hop onto one of these cycles, either muscle building or strength building. I recommend doing about a 6 to 8 week long period of either one. It doesn't really matter where you start at. So if you want to strength build first, check out some of the other strength building workouts in this playlist. If you just look at the title of each one of the videos and each one of the cycles, it starts off with Monday all the way to Saturday. So you can pretty much just jump on wherever you want. I'll see you in the video. This is a really good mobilizing exercise for you guys if you feel that your knees kind of cave in at like the bottom of the squat. You can sit down with this hip resistance band and really kind of flex your knees out. Now obviously this band is going to try and force your knees to go in. So as you apply that pressure outwards, you're going to really feel those adductors start to light up. You can also bend forward at the waist. This allows your glutes and adductors to kind of feel the flexion that happens. You can actually stand up and do some good mornings with the bands around your thighs as well. And you're going to really feel the flexion of your glutes and adductors as you do this as well. It starts to really activate, light up, and warm up those adductor muscles. And it's just something really good to do before you do any of the lifts. Lastly, you can incorporate some squats with these hip resistance bands as well. These are actually really difficult even for me to do, and I'm pretty flexible, I'd like to think. But even with this exercise, you're gonna really feel those adductors and glutes start to light up. It looks funny, it doesn't really actually look like it's doing anything, but I promise you, you can feel these tremendously, and it translates really well into the Olympic lifts. Okay, so what's heavy for you obviously is not what's heavy for me, and what's light for you, it's not light for me, but it feels the same. Let me dive a little bit into what I mean by that. If I'm squatting, let's say 365, 375, and that's heavy for me, and when you squat 235, that feels heavy for you, what me and you are feeling is exactly the same feeling. The numerical value has nothing really to do with it. I'm talking about mainly just what it feels like biologically and neurologically. All of those feelings are exactly the same. Boom. So today we're light. I'm lifting light weights today. Lifting light is really good. It gives you a chance to really slow down and think about what the hell it is you're doing. It also gives you an opportunity to focus on one or two key aspects of the lift, maybe a troubled area of the lift or a portion of the lift where you see that you have the most issues. For me specifically in the clean, it's keeping contact with that barbell on my thigh and squeezing that barbell all the way up into the top position, all the way up into shoulder shrug with my hips fully open. I've got real issues with that, man. And so today I kept it really light, and I really strictly focused on gluing that barbell to my hip, exploding up through my hips and then into my shoulders, and then keeping my knuckles facing down as long as possible. If you guys look at this footage frame by frame, you can see how my knuckles are pointing down all the way up until the very, very, very last minute. For most of us, we should leave those knuckles facing down all the way until the barbell gets to about your lower chest area. This way you can stay fully connected to the barbell as long as possible. You're applying as much power into the barbell as long as possible, and you're not prematurely trying to rotate those elbows underneath the barbell. These lifts started out at 95 pounds, transitioned over into 135, then I believe 185. The last lift for this particular session was 225. And as we take a look at this 225, I think I did a fairly good job in replicating my movement patterns from light to heavy. I really like to kind of focus on how I look, or the timing structure on my lifts, and on how they should look pretty similar as the weights go up. So as I'm lifting 135, the way I look, the cadence, the timing of how I'm lifting should look essentially the same as when I lift 225. We're still in deload week, so my sessions aren't going to be particularly long or heavy. But next week, we're gonna start really adding in some weight. Hopefully my shoulder's feeling a whole lot better by then. But until then, I'll see you guys next week. clean pulls, keeping your feet as flat as possible while still being bent over the bar. The primary reason for keeping your feet flat and staying over the bar is to show your brain what it feels like when you apply force from your drivetrain into the ground and then into the barbell the most efficient way possible. One more time. If you can teach your body to apply that much power into the barbell while still being bent over it, you should be able to add at least 20 pounds to your clean within the next month.
All these opportunities were just across the bridge. The world was more than twice the size, and now I was a kid. Traded in the comfort zone for life, I'm on the edge. I was gaining on my dreams, holding tightly to the pledge to myself.